wrong ball.
Right.
Hey, everybody, we're back with John Dickerson. Hegseth is still around, okay? He's working his way toward being confirmed. You've described his nomination as a huge experiment. What do you mean by that? Because we're in the experimental chamber with him. He is going to be our SecDef, and that's an incredibly important and dangerous position.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, Walter Isaacson, the biographer of Elon Musk, talked about Musk's working with Trump, and he said it'll be like his experiments with the rockets, but there will be a lot of rubble. Well, the rubble is us. I mean, in that metaphor. So continuing that on with you, the experiment being run at these agencies is, there are consequences. And Hegseth is obviously loyal and is good on TV, but he has no experience running that kind of operation and managing the complexity. And it's not just the complexity of a building. As you say, Trump may have a different notion of how the Pentagon should run. That's perfectly fine. That might even be good. But you need somebody who has skill and experience executing. Mike Bloomberg said, running and executing a department, it's like reading a book about skiing and then going down a double black diamond. You can't do that. You need to build up to it. And so Hegseth just doesn't have that experience.
On Monday, CBS is relaunching the CBS Evening News with you and Maurice DuBois at the helm, the anchors. Congratulations, first of all, to you and to Maurice.
Thank you.
Here's an official shot of what that's going to be like. But I particularly like this one. This is much more Ed Murrah for me.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Well, it's been great because for the last 2 months we've been working and talking about the show and doing rehearsals and.
How do you rehearse? How do you get ready for this?
Well,
talk about reading a book and then doing a double black diamond.
Yeah. Well, we've been going through the news as if we've been doing our own little pretend show. And first in this
Is your news happier than ours, John?
Yes, it's all rainbows and gumdrops. At first, in a little side set, it was like a closet. There was like a Hoover vacuum. I mean, but now we're in this amazing new set. And basically, we've been every day talking about, is this the story that's the lead? Is that the story? And then Maurice and I have been basically learning about each other and the way we see the news. And that's been a really extraordinary experience and great. And the team there kind of sees things the same way, and I can't wait to take the car out for the drive on the 27th.
Well, it's the most storied chair. That's the most storied chair in the evening news business. And I'm just curious, I mean, you've got a connection all the way back to the Ed Murrah days because your mom worked for him at CBS News. Of all the anchors who've ever been on any of the network anchor chairs, who speaks to you and Maurice? Like, who are models for you?
Oh, well, that's like saying, trying to pick your favorite child, because there are a lot of great ones out there. Well, I mean, first of all, I follow in the footsteps of, two amazing women, Nora, who's got the job now, and then Mom, who was never an anchor, but because I grew up with her, she would talk about Severide and Murrow and Cronkite. Severide, okay, if I have to pick one.
Evidently
Eric
a prince
Severide.
of a fella.
Yeah, from Minnesota, and had a kind of literary feeling about the news, and what I liked about that is the context that he brought to that. I mean, those guys were all so good. They were so good. They had seen the stakes of the human experiment from covering World War II.
Yeah.
So they had a grounding, and they just, it's why it's such a joy to work with the people I work with now, because man, they work so hard to try to get it right. And they sacrifice their time and their lives in many cases. It's a real big honor.
Well, starting Monday, 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
A real job.
No, exactly. Well, in this news cycle, I mean, you're lucky if it's 5 nights a week.
Well,
yeah.
John, good to see you. Congratulations to you and Maurice. Good luck on Monday. The all-new CBS Evening News starts Monday at 6:30 here on CBS. John Dickerson, everybody. We'll be right back with a performance by Willow Avalon.